morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, July 21st, 2025. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Monday, everyone. Here's a look at the ES and the daily time frame right now, trending up overall, as we've noted, big time uptrend since our day one entry zone here back in the first week of April. That's been a nice uptrending market since then. You can see how this market is pretty much taking the stairs on the way up, but a very nice continuation overall, especially on the monthly pivot range. Overall, this market has been holding at highs, though, in a very narrow range to begin Q3. And that's something we noted heading into Q3 in the last weeks here. We've had a lot of range in Q2. We had a lot of range in Q1. So Q3 was going to be mostly compressed, maybe a little bit of a pullback here, but building energy and building a range here, maybe for a strong Q4 finish. But right now, still trending up. We do have Fed coming up, not this week, but next week. So not too far off from the next Fed meeting, FOMC meeting, also with the Fed interest rate decision and the statement, and that could provide some volatility here. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. So we have a little bit of time here. But until then, we could continue to build out. Trading range with an upward bias. Right now we're currently at the top of the 2 to 3 week trading range at the moment, and if there is a failure up here, that could lead to an early rotation down this week. Any push down leads to a check mark up, or the opposite. If we start to see some rotation out of this range for once, maybe we rotate back into the range. So overall, still stuck in the range, still low volatility trade. Inside day right now with just 45% of average range heading into the RTH open. Nice and compressed here. For the most part, any weakness here this morning could be met with a little bit of a pullback to the upside here, but could be beginning this week relatively quietly. So trading range market here, not from just an intraday perspective, but also from a multi-week perspective. Still uptrending, so if we were to fall midweek here, it could be a great opportunity to pick it back up, and still range bound ahead of Fed next week. All right, looking at the NQ. Same price action here for the NQ, a little bit more of a bullish slope to this one. Still trading range, but kind of outside the top end of the range at the moment. Still inside day right now. Just 46% of ADR at the moment. Compressing here with an upward bias, so very similar to the ES. We may see some back and forth action today. We may even get to the previous session's low. That could provide a little bit of a bounce back up into the day as we begin a Monday relatively quietly. The economic calendar for a Monday here, relatively quiet heading into the new week of trading. Just the U.S. leading index at 9 a.m. Central. Other than that, Fed Chair Powell tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central. So right at the RTH open, Fed Chair Powell speaks tomorrow. So again, could be a relatively range-bound, quiet start to the week with Fed Chair Powell due on Tuesday morning and additional economic data the rest of the week. Looking at crude oil, obviously crude here has been mostly range-bound for a while now. Compressed, and for the most part here, still holding above the 64s. Not really a whole lot of action here. If anything, the price of crude looks depressed. It looks like it's being held down at the moment. So any kind of strength has not been very good for this one. As a matter of fact, after every move up, there's almost a fade almost immediately. So this one kind of struggling here, not really ready to go up, but also not going down. It is stuck. So like I've said, 64 to 70 is the range, but really using much less of that range than even that. So super compressed. Just be careful here, as there's not a whole lot of volatility right now in crude oil. That's not the case for gold. Gold to the moon. Big time breakout at the moment. Huge trend day structure already. This one's already trading right at average range. Been averaging about 40-something points per day. We're already at about 42 heading into the RTH open right now. So a big-time move, a big breakout. Is this a breakout from the multi-week compression here? If that's a breakout, we could be looking at a move that takes us back toward 34.50 to 34.75, the top end of the trading range here. So one thing we noted here in our trading room on Friday is the weekly chart look and feel of gold. The weekly chart is starting to look quite bullish. Is the next big aggressive move coming soon, or is this more trading range action, meaning go up to the top, find the edge, then back down we go, down to the bottom, find the edge, back to the top we go? So right now, quite strong early in the day. Can it keep this momentum the rest of the session? Looking at YM, the YM right now up 0.25% inside day, super narrow, 40% of ADR right now, just 189 points of range. Again, a lack of economic data coming up today. Also, we have Fed Chair Powell coming up tomorrow, so it could be relatively quiet today. It may not stay inside day the entire day. If we get down to the lows of the previous couple days, it might be an opportunity to bounce it back up within the range. But again, not anticipating a whole lot of volatility just yet, especially at the center of the current range. So here's the high of the current range. Here's the low of the current range. Right now, we are currently right at the center in the YM, and any of this could happen here before some sort of actual breakout occurs. So stuck at the center of the range. Be cautious of further range-bound action. Looking at Bitcoin, up 0.6%. Very strong overall, continuing to maintain those gains. Decent high here at 123.6, and ever since we've been in this narrow range. A little bit of a failed low developed in after-hours trading Sunday evening. Looked pretty solid, rallied pretty good, but couldn't get through 120. Right now, 120 big-time short-term resistance. Big-time short-term resistance over the last couple of days. Can it get through that? If not, again, stuck kind of building and hanging in here for now. Not anticipating a full-on pullback here, but if we did drop into 110, that's probably another opportunity for bulls to defend that edge. Looking at Ethereum, this one is on fire. As I've noted before, Ethereum is playing big-time catch-up. It's up 7.5% at the moment, 3,800. We had it as a buy at 1,400. We had it as a buy at 2,200. Those were flawless entries. You hit it once, you never come back to it, and you go straight to your target. Doubled to 28 here, and now this thing is working its way higher. And from 22, we had just a high probability target at 34. But once it hit 34 that day, again, we noted how strong it was, and it could make the next move into 4,000, which would give us a 3 market structure move into 4,000 and recent highs. And right now, we're just off those levels. This is an intense rally, not likely to come back anytime soon. So let this thing keep going, and at some point here, we'll find a high, and that could be an opportunity to take some profits here. But we are coming into multi-year highs here between 4,000 and about 4,200, and that would be the zone here where profit taking has to be on your mind, especially if you were in off the 1,400 we talked about, or even the 22. That 4,000 plus will be a spot to definitely ring the register, at least somewhat. So big time movement here. Let it keep going until proven otherwise. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the week. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.